Hello world, and welcome back to Minecraft Memoir. This is episode 53. In the last episode, we went off and worked on the corner tower off in that direction to continue on the viaduct and to start the process of building our ancient kingdom. In between episodes, I didn't do a lot. I did a little more resource gathering because, again, we're running pretty low. So hopefully we have enough for today's episode. And in today's episode, we'll probably continue working on that. I did a little bit more designing in my test world for the corner tower. So I have a little thing that I want to add on. And then I think we can start working on adding the posts for the viaduct along the way. I do have a few things I need to talk about in between because I have gotten very busy within the last couple weeks. First thing, I uploaded episode 52 12 days ago. And you might know that usually I like to upload every 2 weeks. And this is me recording the intro for this video right now. So that being said, I don't think episode 53 will come out in that 2 week window. It'll probably be like 3. I apologize. A lot of things have gotten me busy lately. One of which is I joined the back to beta server. What was it? I think 3 weeks ago, I got an invite from the group. They sent me a message on Discord. Boxblair did, and he was like, "Hey man," well, actually, I should do an Australian accent. Crikeys! No, he said, "Hey man, we all agreed and we thought it'd be cool if you'd join." And I gladly accepted. So I've been on that server a bit. Not a whole ton. I'm really trying not to prioritize that, especially over this. But I really, I'm not trying to make that equivalent to my uploads here. That'll definitely be subordinate. So I'm thinking that, it'll be maybe like a once a month, once every 2 months sort of thing, which is fine. I'm more appreciative appearing in everybody else's videos and just playing with them because it's super cool playing with people I've been watching for a while. So I'll probably link something related to that in the description so you can check it out. There's a Discord for the back to beta servers. That's really cool. I've been on there a bit more active than my own lately. I feel kind of guilty. So you can also join my Discord. So that's been taking up a bit of my time, but not a ton. What has really been the kicker is my academics. I'm working at my undergrad. I've said this in the past, I'm a mathematician. And that's kind of coming to a close here. So I'm now having to focus on my grad program and what I want to do there, what sort of degree path I want to go into, where I want to do that, what sort of work. So it's a lot to think about, and I have to think about it right now. Applications and stuff are happening pretty soon here. So all that being said, I'm gonna keep trying to upload as frequently as I can, but I apologize if it goes down a bit. Hopefully in the next 2 months I'll be a bit more free. Although I've found myself saying that, every few months and it never seems to happen. So who knows? Another thing I need to update on before we really get started is for some reason I've been experiencing some hardware issues. I don't know if it's actually hardware or software, but for some reason the game is just really laggy, considerably laggier than before. It's not just the instability of beta 1.0 this time. It almost seems like it's something with my computer, or maybe it's the world. I'm not sure. I really hope it's not the world. But I've been encountering an issue where just loading in chunks, not new chunks, chunks I've already generated, is like a huge drain on my PC for some reason. Because this is a pretty nice PC and this wasn't an issue, a week or two ago. But pretty much anytime I generate chunks in the distance, it on my little graph in the bottom left there, it peaks for a couple seconds and then it goes down. More than usual, more than just a lag spike because, oh, you're generating terrain. So I've tried a few things. I've limited my FPS. You can see it's only maxing out at 144. That's not even my like refresh rate on my monitor. I think my refresh rate is a 60 hertz. Or I think that's what my settings say. So I don't think that fixed it, but it has improved my like overall stability because I think, oh man, as I say that, huge lag spike. Yeah, you can see, I don't know what it is. It's just like getting into chunks. And this wasn't an issue before. I've gone into this world with World Edit and like reloaded all the lights, and I deleted a bunch of like excess chunks that I think were causing instability issues. But overall, I'm not sure what to do. I think it might be my CPU, so I might have to replace that. But it's an i7 9700K. I don't actually know how you pronounce that. I've only seen it written. So, yeah, huge info dump for this first clip. I'm sorry, but I've had a lot going on, and I'm sure I'm going to figure out something to talk about after this one. So, with all of that being said, I think let's head off towards the corner tower. I normally try to avoid recording clips with lag in them, but I figured I would show you me running over, add a bit more proof to all of this. I also wanted to add, this isn't because I'm recording. You know, one would figure that, oh, okay, a bit more resource draw because I'm playing and recording. This happens while I'm just normally playing, too. I'm just running forward at this point, and huge lag spikes. I also noticed that I experience them more out here than, you know, when I'm at my base. But as soon as I stop generating new chunks, it goes away. Super frustrating because it's really affecting me. You know, I can't run around and narrate. I pretty much have to stay in one spot now. Or I have to like run around and preload all the areas and then stay in that preloaded area. So hopefully I can figure this out. If it is my CPU, you know, I'll eventually replace it, I guess, but that's gonna be a while because I don't, you know, have the money to replace a CPU right now. I forgot to show, I did put these rings on off camera. They're not much, but this was actually like the final design I had in mind. Hey, that kind of rhymed. Hey, triple rhyme. Um, but with the additional thing that I designed, they're just gonna be covered. So I might leave them, I don't know, but you're probably not gonna see them as much. I might leave that one. So I carted over a bunch of items. I also changed the like way to get in here. This will be changed up again once I'm like really done, but it didn't make sense wrapping all the way around just to come back in. So made it a little closer. And yeah, I got some dirt because we need to get the foundation built. So I used like 6, maybe 7 stacks of dirt to build up the foundation here. And I took a step back and realized I couldn't tell any of my work. It blends in since it's, you know, so dark and deep here. So you really can't see what I've done. But, you know, I kind of built it up some. I don't know. I'm thinking I might actually build it up enough so that there's like grass, you know, above the water on all sides. Because I just don't like having this whole edge of the foundation in the water. Considering I've said that other structures, you know, have been eroded by water over time, this one shouldn't be any different. So I'll probably get on that at some point later. But now I want to put on the additional thing I designed. I'm not really sure how to describe it. It's kind of like if you took this middle hexagon, made it a little bigger and rotated it 90 degrees, and then put one there and there. So I hope that makes sense. If not, I'm gonna get started here. So it's a few days later. I've been kind of switching off between building and trying to fix this lag issue. And I haven't fixed the lag issue yet, but I have finished building what I said I was going to. So here's that. So this is what I meant by like 90 degrees out of phase. So the tip is there, while usually for the hexagons it's there. So I think that looks pretty good. And then I just kind of added these stone like connector bits, kind of like I did in here. And now I think that's the final design. Unless I add something in this kind of empty space here, because there is a lot of bare cobblestone. So now that we've finished that, I've marked out over here where the first support is going to go. I don't remember where I put it. I think it's in line with these torches. Maybe I didn't, because I feel like there should be one here. So I guess I'm going to mark that out and then start figuring out the feet. I know I am complaining a lot about the lag, but like for me it actually is a big problem. You know, nothing really changed on my computer from last week to this one, so I don't know what could be the problem. And on top of that, more and more things are being ruled out that I thought could be the problem. Like I thought it might be my CPU, but now I'm not so sure. My GPU and CPU both drop in usage when I get these lag spikes. So I think that's indicative that it might not be my CPU. I don't know. It's really bad. And it doesn't happen in the modern versions, which is interesting too. So that means it might be my world in particular. Which, if that's the case, that's like a big issue. I can't easily fix that. I've actually already gone in with MC Edit and, you know, poked around in this world. I said I deleted those broken chunks off that way. And I also went through and relit my entire world. I recalculated all the light for the, like, 100,000 chunks. I don't remember the exact number. I think it was 101 something. So, after that, I don't really know what to do. You know, I'll keep poking around, but it might be the case I have to, like, create a whole nother world in the same seed and then, you know, copy and paste specific builds of mine into that world. I don't want to do that, though, because it would, like, roll back a lot of the mining we've done underground and just, you know, miscellaneous stuff that I can't really tell. We'll see, though. We'll see. I did figure out, yeah, one of the feet was supposed to be here. So we'll start with this. I don't know, I might want to extend this shoreline forward, because I don't want this foot in the water either. I'd like this one to be, you know, fully supported and attached to this tower. So I might make it that it goes, like, you know, from that tree to me with dirt. Hey. Welcome back. To me, I guess. Well, for you, it's also been 8 months, but you at least got to see the first half of the episode. But yeah, 8 months. I am very, very sorry. Honestly, time just kind of got away from me. I have been very busy, but I probably could have come back a bit sooner. So I apologize. I figured I'd take the second half of the episode here to kind of explain where I've been, what I've been up to, and some of the discoveries slash changes I've made with my hardware and software. Because, you know, the first half of the episode was basically just me complaining about my computer not working. And it has since been mostly fixed. So, for starters, where have I been? I have been just kind of living. School got very busy. I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, school was kind of busy, and that did not change. I keep thinking that I'm going to get over some sort of hump, and then, you know, things will calm down, and they never do. I anticipate that will never change for my whole life. You know, school is just going to keep getting harder, and I just have to deal with it. So, you know, if you're in university, look forward to that. But genuinely, school is going well. I'm really getting near the end of my undergrad degree here, which I'm excited for. Personally, I moved, which also took a lot of my time. Me and my partner, we moved in together. They have a cat, and we actually also found a cat during the process of moving in. So we've got one big ol' happy family here. And I've just been spending time, traveling, relaxing, just kind of living. You should try it. Not that you don't. I assume you guys are all living quite very happy lives. I'm joking. But yeah, it's been really good just kind of getting away and relaxing. But I have been getting that itch. I really, really want to play and make progress in this world, and I can't do that unless I record. So here I am. Going into the hardware side of things, I noted that my lag issues have been more or less fixed here, and that was through a combination of both hardware and software changes. I was talking about at the beginning of the episode, I didn't know what the problem was with my computer. I thought that it was potentially my CPU, my RAM, my storage drive, my power supply. I really had no clue. Yeah, I was just listing all of the parts of my computer at that point. So I decided I would send it away to a tech repair person and see what they said. And after a few months, they weren't able to fix it either. I basically spent 200 bucks just to get and it sent back to me, which was kind of unfortunate. I was planning on sending it to another tech repair place, but before I did so, I figured I would try to fix it myself. After hearing their advice, ooh, I hear you. After hearing their advice, I wanted to see if I could narrow it down even further. I decided that it was most likely my SSD. So I spent 100 bucks, replaced it, plugged it in, and it actually fixed my computer. I was really, really, really surprised. Pleasantly surprised. I didn't think that I could do it. But yeah, since then, my computer runs basically like new, which is really, really good. However, I was still experiencing lag after I swapped the SSD. Turns out, I have discovered that leaf decay is both good and bad for me. It makes sense why it's been turned on and off multiple times in these early beta versions. It's just really kind of bad, poorly implemented, I should say. Especially with trees that you yourself have grown, it seems the game interacts with them differently than just trees that are naturally generated. So especially when I would come over here to this, oh, I don't know, massive tree farm, I would get really bad lag because the game was checking every single one of the leaves, trying to see if they needed to be updated. So once I realized that, I harvested all of the trees here and didn't replant them, and my frames have been considerably better. You'll notice if I travel in this direction, it gets a little worse because these trees have also been planted by me. This was when I accidentally burnt down this area in fixing it for episode 50. So I'm not going to harvest these, partially because I don't remember which ones I planted and which ones are natural. But at the very least, it's nice to know what was causing the problem. We're also going to stick with fancy graphics until we update because it was definitely a contributing factor. So I think once we go to beta 1.0 underscore 01, I think, we'll try fancy graphics again. Funny enough, during the interim, I actually did play on the world here quite a bit. My main goal was to gather resources. I was hoping that we would come back from the break and I would have, like a chest full of iron and a bunch of stacks of diamonds and so on and so forth. Uh, and we got a little bit of those. However, we ended up using a bunch in gathering other resources. So we actually lost iron in the whole transaction here. I want to show you what resources we did get though. A bunch of cobble and dirt. I put in these chests because we needed more bulk storage, and this was a good spot for them. I think they're a little far forward, but I also think that when the size of chests are reduced, when they're not like full blocks, it'll look a little better. But yeah, we got a ton of cobblestone and a ton of dirt. I can't remember how many of these chests are full, but quite a lot. So that's good. But in gathering all of them, we made a lot of pickaxes and shovels, so our iron reserves are very low. Yeah, all of a stack. I think we do have like maybe 2 more stacks over by our mine, but very, very unfortunate. I'm gonna have to go mining basically as soon as I came back. Feels bad, you know, came back from a break and I have to do kind of the most boring thing. Such is the life, though. But all those blocks had to come from somewhere, right? Well, indeed, they actually came from over here, heading towards the corner tower. You can see I've installed some railways here. We were actually going to do this first before we built the corner tower, but the tower was necessary to get everything lined up. And since it's mostly in place, I could start building this railway. So obviously it is not done by any means. It is not polished. I left it very rough because I didn't really want to do anything other than just mining. And I kind of laid it out so I could get a feel for how it would look. And I think it's pretty good. Heading off this way, it's not actually finished, so I'll show you what I have done. We have a dirt bridge hanging in the sky here. This will eventually be turned into a medium small bridge going across here. I actually want to use this area for something, so it'll have to be some sort of functional, able to be walked under bridge, which is good. It changes up the design a bit. And then we got to this mountain, and I didn't want it to go straight through, so the paths actually diverge. This one goes down, this one goes up. We're going to go up. A nice little diagonal here. I actually spent a while trying to figure this out. Initially it went right here, you can actually see. It went like that, but it didn't look good. So instead it kind of goes around this hill, which I think looks good. And we go this way. That way we can also build stuff like right here, and this railway doesn't obstruct it. It's really just on the edges. And then we go this way. To our left here, this is actually a cool looking area. I pointed out in the past. I believe I showed the coordinates of it because I wanted to come back here, but it looks like we're coming back here regardless now. So we'll definitely build something. And then a dinky dirt staircase leads us forward. And the other pathway I'll show, it kind of goes like under a hill. I wanted this one to go over and this one under, and then they'll meet up right around here where this mess of torches are. Yeah, there it is. So, looks good. I think it'll look a lot better when there's actual things built over here to kind of round out the area. And it's a very simple tunnel. Mirrors the one all the way over there. I figured I'd save you the trouble of watching me run up here. But that's the lower one, and that's the upper one. So they're going to run forward, and then turn, and then run from this line of torches. You can actually see where I was going to have it just go straight. That's that tunnel right there, but then I changed my mind. After it runs forward, it's going to hit this wall, so I think it's going to have to go through, because I don't see any really good way of making it go up. If I wanted it to go up, I should have like kept it at that height there. So it'll go through, and then on the other side, it's actually pretty flat, so it works out. Yeah, like right here. And then these cobblestone blocks are for me to figure out the feet of the viaduct coming from the corner tower. So from the corner tower all the way to here, we're going to have a viaduct, which is insane. That's a lot of resources. I'm quite glad I got all the cobble I did, because we're going to use all of it, and then some. But if you see here, I've got the height of the viaduct figured out. So this is my temporary ladder, so I can figure out the spacing and stuff. This design is going to look really good. I've actually completed the design for over the water in my test world. and it's really, really cool. It's basically just the viaduct, but the arches get a little wider as you get closer to the water. And then there's one really big arch over the water, and it goes up a little bit. And I think it looks really cool. I'm still trying to figure out the like accent colors because I would like it to look a little cooler than just an extra wide portion of the viaduct. But that's, in the works. I've got time. And I've actually got almost all of the rails placed down. So eventually I'll be able to go back and forth without having to run, which is good. And actually seeing this area from up here, I quite like it. It's got some character to it. It's all pretty flat and wide, which is good for building. It's not great for like inspiration. It's kind of bland, but I don't know. I see a lot going on here. Kind of excited. And then, oop, going over to the corner tower, nothing has actually changed over here. I think I already built that little cobble bridge. If not, it doesn't extend very far. I think you honestly are seeing the end there. And it's just kind of figuring out the spacing going towards what will be the ancient kingdom. So here I still need to do a cap on it because it's just flat right now. And then I will start working on the viaduct. But I think we're going to do that in the next episode because I really just want to publish this one, let everybody know I'm alive. Oh, that's true. I fell. Well, at least I fell into the water. But speaking of being alive, I've been getting a lot of comments about that. People asking, are you alive? Where are you? What's up? When are you posting next? Hopefully I've answered most of those questions. I am alive. I didn't answer that one. I am definitely alive. So hopefully now I've answered all of those questions. But yeah, I noticed in my Discord a lot of people were asking, and that's really what kind of spurred me to make plans to try to post again. So after checking my Discord, which I genuinely haven't in a while because I've been just kind of avoiding looking at it since, I haven't posted in so long. I decided I would also look at my YouTube analytics, which I also have not looked at in a very long time. And wow. So first off, we are at over 770 subscribers. I think it's 773 right now, which is nuts. That is insane. So we missed 500 and 750. I thank you. First off, I genuinely didn't even notice. When I posted episode 52, we hadn't hit 500 and we weren't close yet. But in the last like 3 months, we have been getting some insane growth. Really, it's been within the last 3 months we got all of those new subs. So thank all of you guys, especially the new ones who, subscribed with new videos not coming out. I will have to be posting soon. Secondly, a bunch of our videos have gotten quite a lot of views, which is good. But in particular, our world tour, yes, is almost at 10,000 views now. Listen, I'm a mathematician. I work with big numbers. Okay, I shouldn't keep calling myself a mathematician until I get my degree, but you know what I mean. I work with big numbers. I cannot fathom having posted something and it reached 10,000 different pairs of eyes. Or maybe some same pairs of eyes, but you know what I mean. Like, that's insane. Genuinely, thank you guys so much. I assume it is in part due to my relation with like Back to Beta. A lot of those guys have gotten some great growth recently. Like, I know Dialco, he's at like 40,000 something subs, and he's had a few videos that get over 1 million views. So it might be a trickle down from that, but if it's not, and people just organically finding my page, thank you. That is insane. I'm gonna have to do something next episode to like celebrate, because especially 500 subs, that's a huge milestone. But yeah, I guess till next episode, right? I'm not gonna really do anything in today's because I'm just filling you in on where I've been. So, with all that being said, the sun is setting. So, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.